But the point is, behind the scenes at the advanced organization, if the public had any concept of how they're laughed about, how their personal information is bandied around between the director of processing or the folder people who move their confidential formularies around, their stuff is talked about behind the scenes.
So it's not confidential at all?
Not strictly confidential at all.
Yeah.
And my wife saw this, and she was completely aghast. She was appalled because she had been a public Scientologist less than a month earlier. And when she saw this going on, it was a complete ice water dip for her.
Yeah.
See, we also saw people verbally abused, people screaming in each other's faces.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily discouraged. They consider it letting off steam. They consider it healthy. To give someone a severe reality adjustment 6 inches away from their nose with spit flying out your mouth, that's considered a severe reality adjustment. Well, that's just not done in the business world.
No.
When you have a business background, that's a lawsuit.
Yeah. Well, it can be a lawsuit, but minimally you can lose an employee, you can lose a customer, or you can lose a vendor, because the fact of the matter is, and they don't seem to get this in corporate Scientology, is that the vast majority of people expect to be treated decently. They expect good faith. They expect people to have empathy for their situation. And you don't see that in corporate Scientology.
Donna, I was in training full-time to become a flag counselor, and I didn't see a lot of the things that my wife saw, but she related to me some things that had changed her reality over a short period of time very drastically. She saw how very much oriented the whole operation was towards extracting as much money as possible from every person that goes through that place,
yeah,
and to keep them there as long as possible in order to be able to extract more money from them.
Yeah.
They squeeze their public really hard,
Yeah.
and I have personal experience with it. I also have family and friends that have gone through extremely strenuous experiences in their life having to do with bankruptcy and financial problems and things caused by being completely overextended on credit cards and second trust deeds and high pressure to donate more and more money to different causes like the International Association of Scientologists or their social betterment programs like Narconon or Criminon or Applied Scholastics or the Way to Happiness. And that money,
What they call a social betterment program.
yeah, and what most of the public Scientologists don't know is that that money does not go into the account of those social betterment programs. It goes straight to Sea Org Reserves, which is the big cash fund which is stored offshore, either in Liechtenstein or Luxembourg or the Cayman Islands or somewhere, and which is all basically controlled by one individual.
By the name of?
David Miscavige.
Okay.
And he has, stated under oath that he doesn't run the church, but in fact, everything goes through him.
Yeah.
He has final say and control on nearly every facet, including colors of walls for the new building, which has been sitting there for 10 years unfinished in downtown Clearwater. They have a lot of public relations campaigns going on to keep the city quieted down so that they don't get fined. But in fact, that building is the largest building in Pinellas County, and it was started in 1998.
You're talking about what they call it, the superpower building, the one that has the north, I believe it's the northwest corner of the building's one big gaping hole.
Yeah, they left that open because they're going to be putting in materials through an elevator there eventually when they finish the inside.
I see.
But that's called the Technical Delivery Building. Eventually, all the auditing and training of the entire base will be done in that building. They have nowhere near the staff required to even staff that building at this point. They probably need to increase their staff by 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
They are making what appears to be slow progress. They opened up the Oak Cove building, which is just west of the Fort Harrison Hotel, which is where all the delivery is currently occurring. while they renovate the Fort Harrison. But this big eyesore in downtown Clearwater has now been there for 10 years unfinished inside, and people wonder what's going on. The public donated well over $100 million for that building. None of it was taken out of any tithe paid for any service. It was all straight donations.
Yeah.
That money is sitting somewhere. Recently, in the last 5 years or so, the church has bought high-end properties all over the world and renovated them, but it's all been done with donated money, donated by the local people that live there. So they've become a real estate investment operation of great magnitude. They're plowing tens or hundreds of millions of dollars into real estate. Mm-hmm. They lie outright on their membership. You'll hear, or if you read about Scientology, you'll read they claim membership in the 8 to 10 million range, when in fact their worldwide membership is less than 100,000. Yeah. And we know that because the International Association of Scientologists, or the IAS for short, which was formed in 1984, publishes a magazine called Impact. Mm-hmm. I was one of the first patrons of that organization. Mm-hmm. By donating $40,000, I became one of the patrons of that organization, and then later became a patron with honors when my wife and I combined our membership. My wife paid in over $1 million to Scientology in a 10-year period. I paid in about $600,000. So between the two of us, we're just under $2 million in total donations. This IAS is a required membership to do services. If you do services at any Scientology organization, you're given a free 6-month membership. After that, you have to pay a yearly amount. It used to be $300, and I think that's gone up.
Or a lifetime membership,
which used to be $2,000 and is now $3,000. Yeah. So most people will go for the lifetime membership.
But the only thing is, the catch is, they say it's a lifetime membership, but if they can cancel that at any time they want, and they don't give you your money back, or prorated.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but
have you tried to recover any?
Nah, I haven't tried to recover anything. My wife, when we first got out, my wife went through the motions of trying to find an attorney, and the church has pretty much scared off all the attorneys, which they probably think that's a great victory. It's not
locally.
It's not,
you mean locally?
Well, the problem is every 5 minutes when you turn around in Scientology, they're having you sign another release or waiver saying that you'll never try and get your money back. Yeah. That's what it boils down to. You'll never, not only will you never say anything bad about the church, but you'll never try and get your money back. Okay. So you've signed dozens, hundreds of releases over the period of time that you've been in the church, so that when you do go to an attorney, they're few and far between that are willing to take on the church. One thing the church is good at is legal, and they intimidate newspapers and networks and so forth with their legal. Yeah. So when you write about Scientology, you need to be careful about what you say. You need to be able to back it up and have proof. Mm-hmm. That's a wise course of action. Mm-hmm. But what I was saying about the International Association of Scientologists membership, that's the only accurate membership there is. And people that have left the International Association of Scientologists as staff in the last year have indicated that the actual membership is more in the 50 to 70,000 range. That's worldwide total. Not even in the area of 100,000, but much less than that. So you basically have a core of 50,000 to 70,000 people, of which maybe 10 or 20,000 are affluent. And those 10 to 20,000 people live, there's pockets in South Africa, large pockets in around the larger organizations in Italy, some in Europe, some in South America and so forth. But the big money in Scientology is in the United States, and especially in the western United States, around Los Angeles, San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento, and also Portland and Seattle.